Hey, what's up everyone, Same Time Gaming here. Welcome back for another Division 2 build video. Well guys, a month ago I made my merciless build, with the 3-piece striker. You guys love that build, honestly. I really appreciate all the love and support. I said it's a no recoil, aimbot kind of build. It was actually, and some people actually took it literally like aimbot, so they accused me of using aimbot. I don't know why, but it's 100% weapon handling, but well, it is what it is. But then also I made another marksman rifle build where I told you that you can actually survive with it because you have armor on kill. So I showed you like legendary gameplay where I was killing those targets without any issue, and I was getting that healing back. So I thought, what about I combine those two build today? So I will get the damage from the rifle and I will get the healing from the marksman rifle build. How's it gonna go? Well, I have the build here, and you can see I'm using a rifle. A rifle with, I'm pretty sure not many people uses it. I mean, it's a police MK17. I don't know how many people use that because I use the Everlasting Gaze, the named version of that police MK17 on my Eclipse Protocol build. And I know how good that rifle is because you can spam it pretty good and it doesn't have much recoil on that. Like Merciless has crazy recoil, so you have to put striker and weapon handling and everything to make it stable. But with this weapon, you don't even have to put much of weapon handling to make it stable. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's doing a lot of damage. A lot of damage means a million crits on the body, which I still think, yeah, it's a lot of damage. And I have the survivability, so I'm getting armor on kill every time I, get a kill, of course. And you can play with group and solo with this build. In the Merciless build, what I made, it was a group build because solo, you don't have a lot of survivability, so it was a trouble playing solo. But with this build, I had absolutely no trouble clearing control points solo. I was putting my drone or a turret as a distraction, and then I was just spamming my rifle to get the kill. And whenever I get the kill, whatever the damage I took, it gets healed up because of the armor on kill. And in a group, you don't even have to worry about it because in group you have 3 other decoys with you, so you can just pretty much just spam, basically just stay in cover and spam. That's how this build works, just like the Merciless. But the good thing is you just have armor on kill, so you have the survivability on it. Now let me show you the build over here. Right now, as you can see, this is the build. We got the gunner specialization. There's a lot of reason why I went for a gunner specialization on a rifle build. Ideally, people would use the sharpshooter specialization. The reason why I went for the gunner, because gunner gives you 10% weapon handling if you stay still, not even have to stay in cover, just stand still. You'll get 10% weapon handling plus 10% armor on kill. And gunner is the only specialization that will regen your ammo way quicker than any other specialization out there. Gunner gives you crazy amount of ammo back. Yes, so for a rifle you definitely need that because it's a rifle. It doesn't have crazy amount of mags, right? Although they buffed up the rifle ammo capacity into 12.1, which is really nice. So we have 500 mag size on this. I mean, sorry, not mag size, ammo capacity. And the weapon itself, the MK17, has a lot of magazine size, just like an assault rifle. 48 mags, especially with the Lucky Shot talent I'm using. Now for the talent, you can actually use boomerang, because boomerang, every time you crit, there's a 50% chance that you're going to get that bullet back in your magazine, and the next shot will do an additional 40% damage. So that's a pretty sweet talent. You can use that. But when you're spamming too much, there's a chance that you're going to miss. No matter how much low recoil you have, you will end up missing because the NPC moves left, right, here and there, so you may gonna miss your shots. And with Lucky Shot, if you miss, you don't miss, because that's what the talent is all about. You hit, you miss, you don't miss. Your bullet stays in your max, so which is nice. It's a pretty decent reroll rifle, so I'm going for that. Now you can actually use the MDR or the M1A-CQB, but I didn't use the M1A-CQB because the M1A-CQB has very less max size, so it has only 10, and if you add an additional round, so it's going to go to 15, which is not good for a semi-automatic rifle where I'm spamming it too much. So yeah, I'm not going to use that, although that has a lot of high base damage than this one. And same for the MDR. I don't really like the sound of MDR, and MDR, even though you're going to add a lot of weapon handling to it, it sometimes dances, and I don't like the recoil, that weapon has. Goes not just up, down, or left, right. It goes diagonally on the right side. It's just weird how that shifts, so I don't like that. But yeah, this Police MK17 is really nice. Plus, it's the only decent rifle I have. Like I said, good rolls here, rifle damage, crit damage, and damage to target out of cover. So I'm going to stay with this. Now for the secondary, I was actually using Merciless at times, but then I swapped to the Black Market RPK LMG because a very underrated LMG. There's a named version of that which is named as, what is it called? The New Reliable. I do use that LMG sometimes in many of my builds. The New Reliable LMG comes with perfectly perfectly optimized talent, which gives you 30% weapon handling. But I'm going to use the normal version of it because I can use a talent on this, which is Killer. So every time I get a kill with a crit kill, I will get 40% of critical hit damage, so which is really nice. And this weapon just literally melts anything because LMG has a lot of, multiplicative damage on it. So, it's going to melt. So these are the two weapons here. Now for the build, what's going on in the build? So I have a lot of survivability, like I said, armor on kill. Now Gunner gives me 10%. So I'm running 2-piece of system corruption, a mask and a holster, because 2-piece system corruption gives me 15% of armor on kill. So that's 25% right there, right? And I'm using a Death Grips, so Death Grips giving me 10% armor on kill as well. So that's 35% armor on kill, and that's actually enough for me to survive basically anything out there. If I'm running solo or group, doesn't matter. The Merciless build had a trouble, playing solo, but this one I had no trouble completing control points whatsoever because I was getting that heal, I was doing the damage, I was getting the heal. So I was using a drone or a turret as a distraction. I would recommend you guys to do that as well because turret and drones are pretty good distraction for the NPCs, so you can place that and then you can just spam your rifle and get those kills. So it's actually really fun the way that thing works. Plus, that turret and drone will do additional damage on them, like pinch them, which is nice. So yeah, now for the chest piece, I went for a Grupo because Grupo gives you 15% of crit damage. I have weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage mod. I have Brace talent here because whenever I'm going to stay in cover, I'm going to get 45%. It used to be 50, but yeah. So we get 45% weapon handling. And if you don't know what weapon handling means, that means you're going to get 45% accuracy, stability, and reload speed from this. So that's going to make my rifle and the LMG hit exactly where I want it to hit, basically. So makes you feel like you're using hacks. Again, don't take it literally. Come on, guys, seriously. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm going for the Brace talent. And since rifle already have a lot of higher base damage, and when they crit really high, so we can actually afford to lose a damage talent on the chest piece and use Brace talent, so that way we will be stable with the rifles and they're gonna hit really hard anyway, so which is nice. For the backpack, I went for the Sheshka because it gives me 10% crit chance. Of course, I have weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage mod, and I have Composure talent. Now, if you're playing in a group, use Vigilance. If you're playing solo, run Composure. I most of the time play solo, so I'm going to stay with Composure because Vigilance, when you take damage for 4 seconds, you're going to lose that 25% damage, and that's not really good for a DPS build to lose that 25% damage. Where Composure, whenever you're in cover, you get that 15% damage, and you have to be in cover because of Brace talent. So yeah, and like I said, for the gloves, I'm running Death Grips. So you're giving me 10% armor on kill. For the knee pads, I'm going to have Fox's Prayer because it's a rifle. So gives me 10% rifle damage, and I have 8% damage to target out of cover from this as well. Now, you can actually experiment with the Sawyer's knee pads. I would say the Sawyer's knee pads would do more damage than Fox's Prayer. But then again, if you move, you lose the damage. Simple as that. So just, it's a personal preference, I would say. Now, for the System Corruption mask, I'm going for weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage. For the holster, I'm going for weapon damage, crit damage. Now, you only have to use the System Corruption mask and holster. You cannot use anything else of System Corruption. I mean, if you want, you can, but then you're not going to have the exact same, thing which I'm doing right now, the healing and the damage, because if you use something else as a System Corruption, let's say a glove, so you're not going to get that extra damage, armor on kill from Death Grips. If you use a knee pads, then you're not going to get that additional multiplicative damage which you may get from Fox's Prayer, or if you're using the Sawyer's knee pads, so you're not going to do that. So that's why I would say use the mask and the holster of system corruption, and then use a death grips. If you don't have a death grips, you can use contractor gloves because it's going to increase you more damage. So you can use that. And for the knee pads, like I said, use either the Fox spray or Sawyer's knee pads. Totally up to you what you want to do. Now, if I show you my crits on this build right now, as you can see, I have 52% crit chance, which could be higher if I had maxed out stats, and I have 109 crit damage, so it would be also higher if I had maxed stats again. So it's a pretty nice combination of damage here and also the survivability. And if I show you on the defensive stats, I have 254k armor on kill. Again, if I had more armor, the armor on kill will increase. So if I just swap this knee pads here and put the Sawyer's knee pads on this, and then if I change the death grips gloves from weapon damage to armor, and if I show you my stats now, as you can see, I have 1.1 million armor. So if I show you my defensive stats right now, I would have 385,000 armor on kill because my armor increased. So the more armor you have, the more armor on kill you will get, basically. And it also has pretty nice crit damage on this setup as well. So if you want, you can run it like this if you don't want to run all reds, you know. So yeah, that's basically the build. Now, if I want to show you the damage on the shooting range, I can. I mean, you're seeing it on the footage all yourself. Like, I'm actually critting close to 1 million on the body, but I'm just going to show you a little bit on the shooting range as well, just in case if you're not really paying attention, because I know some people may not. So I'm staying in cover and I'm just going to fire. And as you can see, when I'm critting on the body, I'm critting for 968,000 with this rifle. And if I crit on the head, of course, 1.2 million on the head. So it's a pretty nice. And if I use my LMG to crit on the body without the killer talent, I'm actually critting for 453k. And once I get the killer talent active, then I'm going to be critting for 524,000 on the body, which is really nice. So if you want, you can run any other weapons. It's totally up to you. But I'm going to tell you to use the MK17 because it's a super stable weapon, even without the, weapon handling like on the chest piece. So it's pretty nice. Just try it out. You know, I don't see no people use this. Only if they want to use their MK17, they use the named version of that, which is Everlasting Gaze, like I said. So yeah, just try it out and see how it goes for you. That's basically the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.